Hi everyone, my name is Nathan Busi and I'm a third year mechanical engineering major applying for a senior student leader position. I began working for Residential Life as a student assistant for Lothian in 2020, completed fall resident advisor training that same year, and then worked as an RA continuously from spring of last year until now. I am currently a resident advisor in Dundee as well as a student assistant for Penland Hills. The relationships I've formed with my coworkers and residents alike are what have inspired me to apply for ARD positions. I've loved getting to know my coworkers professionally, as well as outside of work. I find that both types of relationships motivate me to improve myself academically, personally, and professionally. As an RA in Dundee, I strive to provide the same support system that my coworkers and supervisors have provided me with to my residents. As an ARD, I would love to extend the same support system a third level to the student staff that I oversee. With me being only one of 2 returning staff members on my team this past fall, I found I was expected to take on a leadership role in my staff. When I realized how much being a good leader allows me to indulge my love for developing relationships with people, I gladly embraced the extra responsibility. During training, I made intentional efforts to make connections with my peers and understand their working styles. I offered tours of campus, made myself available for questions, and made efforts to chat at every opportunity. I learned how I could best support my teammates and how they could support me. My experience this year as a returning staff member has reignited my love for this type of interpersonal understanding in a team setting. I'd consider strong interpersonal skills like these paramount to carrying out my duties as an ARD. With ARDs serving as liaisons between different departments as well as between student staff and the leadership team, it's important for an ARD to be able to work with people effectively and positively. Understanding my teammates has also led to growth in my individual performance throughout this leadership experience. I've been able to use my hyper-organized coworkers as role models to work on areas of growth for myself. While it was a rocky start, at this point in the academic year, I've improved my time management and organizational skills tenfold. I would have never imagined 5 years ago that my Google Calendar could look this pretty. Furthermore, I think that this practice with reflecting on my own performance would translate well to analyzing the effectiveness of departmental training, which is a distinct part of both of the ARD of training and development as well as recruitment and selections job descriptions. These skills are relevant to me being an ARD for residence halls or campus apartments as well. Being able to help student staff evaluate areas of weakness and form action plans to improve is a growth structure that I feel I've benefited from, and I'd like to pay it forward with my own staff. A final skill which I've specifically worked on to prepare me for the positions I'm applying for is visual marketing. The visuals I create for hall decor and programs alike stick with people. I can guarantee that anyone who has been to Dundee B7 will remember the massive monkey face plastered on the welcome poster. These skills would be highly relevant to making training in departmental marketing media as an ARD. My overarching strategy when it comes to creating an effective staff team is to create one where everyone is aware of their role and how it fits into the team's goals. My experience on teams in the past has shown me that good team members know how to play their role in a way that maximizes their strengths to the team and minimizes their weak areas. I think self-awareness like this starts with effective communication. To give an example, during fall training this year we had a huge influx of new staff with lots of questions that they may have been hesitant to bring forward. Our supervisors clearly communicated to us during breaks in the training agenda that it was necessary we bring forward areas of confusion. As a result, we staff members were confident with asking questions. This communication of what was expected of us made it very easy for us to play our roles and encouraged us as student staff to similarly communicate to leadership what support we needed from them. As an SSL, I'd like to employ similar communication strategies to make sure everyone's on the same page and knows what's expected of them. After being laid off in fall 2020, being rehired in the middle of winter 2021 tested my ability to learn on the fly. The situation was challenging. I was meant to engage with my residents in a meaningful way, not only despite the then very strict COVID regulations, but also despite the fact that my residents had long since formed strong relationships with each other and their old RA. I pride myself on my ability to be flexible and learn as I go. I was tasked with applying these skills in a professional setting to fill my role as an RA. I went about this in 2 major ways. First, I made an effort to meet all of my residents quickly. With me joining late in the year, I'd missed out on a lot of the early interaction with residents that is usually the basis for continued interaction throughout the year. I made a clear effort to greet and have a short conversation with every new face I noticed in the building until there were no new faces left. I also realized that a lot of residents had become quite isolated during COVID and would only be reachable through means like Discord or email, so I reached out to have chats with them online. The second way I made sure I was able to perform my RA role well was to be proactive about asking questions as well as asking for flexibility. I made sure my supervisor and I were on the same page that this would be a learning experience, and in this way we were able to mutually support each other in what was a big change for both of us. I think I did a good job learning as I went and properly communicating with my supervisors and fellow staff to request support when I needed it. My efforts to be proactive and establish myself as a new part of my residents' lives paid off immensely, and I'm so grateful for the friendships I still have with them.